Training in sports has been evolving, and one of the newest technologies used is virtual reality. Joining us now from Striver Labs, CEO Derek Belch. So Striver.
Can they go in a virtual environment, a simulated environment, and get more reps? It's kind of that simple. And then the other half of what we're doing is really for fans, showing folks like yourselves what it's like, and people walk by and they check it out. Over time, as there's more distribution and proliferation of headsets, right now it's this big relative to how many TVs are in the world, you will start to see this stuff in people's living rooms, and then they'll beam it out. Obviously, you guys know this world a lot better than I.
In terms of the scouting nature of it, whether it's self-scouting or scouting an opponent, I mean, I don't know, put her on it.
I'll do it.
I've done it. I've done it, and it's amazing. So you should have the same experience.
All right, so Tracy's going to put this on. So this is something that the Arizona Cardinals actually.
I would love to.
All right, go ahead. Pop it on.
I spoke with Carson Palmer this past season, and he mentioned that virtual reality was huge in his development this year. He raved about it.
Does this need to be
what
adjusted?
other, while Laila gets.
But right now, this is a pretty.
How can virtual reality play a role in that, in educating from that standpoint?
Great question. Diversity training. We are talking to one of the major leagues about doing this for them, having it be something that's used in the workplace from league executives all the way down to players. Think about violence, guns, substance abuse. Build it, but it's a lot more scalable. And all the research says it works. Now, once people go through it over and over and over, we'll find out. And that's, we're excited.
Great job. It was amazing.
Right?
Yeah, I liked it.
Whatever.
I thought you were joking. You're really on air.
I thought she was too. Andre, thanks so much for joining us. You have a huge fight coming up November 19th.
A lot easier.
Yeah. So, Andre, when I think about just the mental toughness, I love to hear about the psyche of athletes. I feel like boxing, you grow up, did he steal your mama's pocketbook? Like, what's going on in your head?
Man, it's a lot. It's a lot. And obviously, because you've competed at a high level for many, many years. I just have a desire in that position. And I'm a two-time world champion, and by winning my next fight, I think that will put me in a position to solidify my legacy. And those are the things that get me up early and keep me late.
Yeah.
Who has been the biggest influence on your formal style?
Probably those three that I mentioned.
Right.
Bernard Hopkins took a little by him. He doesn't look at what I do great and get enamored with that, which can be frustrating sometimes because I'm like, do I do anything right?
Right.
He looks at where I can be beat.
Hit
First.
That's a duck. Okay, that's harder than me, so I'll try to.
I get hit sometimes, but that's my game. I like to see the other guy miss and get frustrated. But I like that. You got to trust the work you're putting in.
Don't do it like that, though. Not two little ones.
Why does it not look right?
Come on.
Extend.
She hasn't had that much time to prepare.
Exactly.
Extend. Don't do little fist.
So we have this
fighter named Glenn Denaire.
In school?
I didn't take any L's in school.
Oh, okay.
I didn't take any L's in school, but that was the first time I ever walked in the gym. And I vowed that would never happen again, and it hasn't. And it's been over 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Cool Ranch or original Doritos? Let's get to the important stuff.
Cool Ranch with hot sauce?
Oh, my God.
Hot sauce? Is that all right to say?
After the fight, eat that.
19th. Andre, thanks for coming in. And
Hey, I
more
appreciate
importantly,
you
good
guys.
luck in November.
Yes.
We'll be
Thank you
watching.
so much.
We're cheering you
Appreciate
on.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
And for that, I will forever be appreciative.
The cliche, fantasy football comment, but I take them.
But it's
I take 'em.
true.
And
That's
if
why
I'm
they're
doing good,
cliche.
and I think that's what people care about now. I don't think they really care about teams or if they win. They're like fantasy first.
Well, no. Lions fan. I didn't like you for a long time, but you were still on my fantasy.
It's because you're a Lions fan.
I want to go, before we
Yeah.
get into football, we did fantasy, but we have to do fashion.
Truly
okay.
do. Yeah.
Now, we were commenting, is this new?
Games that we needed to win. Coming into the season, you're, for the most part, the healthiest you're going to be. And so it's probably, definitely a plan that we would, rely on the running game a lot more at that point, to make an impact in those games, and we did. And, things.
Yeah.
Just track and field, but the most out of any track and field athletes.
I want to say Dara because she's our teammate.
She's amazing.
But you would know.
But Jenny Thompson, who is, by the way, the greatest relay swimmer of all time and my Stanford teammate.
So you guys all signing off on that answer?
Yeah, I have to swimming. I have to
Jenny Thompson.
Really?
Or the most
Prescott.
passes.
Yes, Prescott had 75 passes to Wentz's 71.
But Wentz won.
question.
Wentz won both games.
There we
That's
go.
more
That's what it
important.
was, and that's what it was. He had won both.
That's
of
right.
those
He won
games.
It's all in fun.
particular. So there's really a tremendous benefit for it from a sports-centric standpoint, fan engagement. And then, as I said in the story, I'm just fascinated by the whole sort of sociological implications of this.
I thought so too. I had a lot of fun using it as well.
No
Just seeing
kicking.
somebody, no kicking me. I didn't like
That's
that.
the best part.
But I could see you just
How to visualize as well, right? Some people struggle with seeing themselves doing something a certain way, and that's so much a part of training is mentally seeing yourself do it over and over again in your dreams. And I think that could help you actually fine-tune your visualization.
Right. See yourself.